Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, please feel free to subscribe and join the family. My name is Olapio and this is Olapio's Hub. This is a place for people looking out to be better versions of themselves while they grow their impact and their influence. In this video, we're going to be looking at common mistakes undergraduates make while they're in school. If that sounds like something you're interested in watching, please keep on watching. The first mistake undergraduates make while they're still in school is living a triangle life. I know that this sounds decent because this is what we used to hear like from school, from lecture to chapel or fellowship to the hostel. I know that this sounds decent, this sounds like something good to do, but to be honest, it is not the best. When you live a triangle life, you're not balancing your life, you don't have a social life. Most of the time you end up not having a relationship with your classmates, you end up not really knowing what is going on in school, and that doesn't make you a total student. So as much as you want to live the triangle life, you want to go to the fellowship, you want to attend lectures, and you also want to go to your hostel, please ensure that you take part in activities that take place in your department, such as departmental week or any competition that happens in your department. If there's an outing that is also taking place in your department, if there's an outing that is happening in your department, it is very important that you also attend these outings. Also, if there are programs in the school, programs, for instance, I was a student of Lagos State University and we had programs such as the Lasusu week, we had Mr. and Miss Lasso and all of that. Those are programs that you can also attend. You don't necessarily have to compete, or you don't necessarily have to be one of those. You can just attend these programs, volunteer and all of that. Also, you also want to look out for clubs and society. While I was in school, I was once a member of the Lagos State University Debate Society, we call it LSUDS. So, and it really impacted me. It helped me to grow. It helped me to see life beyond what I thought it was. It helped me to expand my horizon, and I was also exposed. It also taught me some of my public speaking skills as well. So you would also want to look out for clubs and society that would help you. Okay. Second common mistake undergraduates make is not associating themselves with some set of people. And to be honest, this happens most of the time with believers because of what we've been told by our pastors, our parents, and those who are well-meaning. Of a truth, scripture says that do not be unequally yoked to the unbelievers, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have relationship with them. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have communication with them. Some of these people, it is in a place of communication that you really know what brought them into that place that you're condemning them for. For instance, you have a yoga in your department. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk to him. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have conversations with him. Most of the time, when we even see these people and we condemn them, for example, there's a guy, he has money, he's using an iPhone, and the conclusion that we can get is that he's a Yahoo guy. Really? Like, really? No. You shouldn't do that. You don't have to judge people based on what society has given to us. We don't rate people based on what society has given to. It is when you move close to these people that you really know them for who they are. And even if of a truth they are bad people, you can keep your conversation in the jurisdiction of the value that you share, right? Because most of the time these people, in as much as probably they're not serious with their academics, or they don't share the same faith with you, or they are doing things that are not clean, it doesn't mean you shouldn't talk to them. To be very honest, it doesn't. Okay, you say you're the light of the world, so how do you want to affect these people? How do you want your light to shine? How do you want to change them? Bad venture, you want to change them. It is in the place of having communication with these people, right? So one thing you can always do is to keep your communication in the jurisdiction of the values that you both share. And how are you going to know these values? Is by first of all starting a conversation. So you see, do not stay in that club of not associating with some set of people because they don't share the same faith with you, or they don't look serious with their academics, or look like probably they are doing Yahoo, or the girl is a runt girl, all of that. Do not do that. Let your love reach out to everybody. And you're just going to be fine. With that simple act, that single act of kindness, this can take them a very long way. You really don't know what they are going through. You really don't know why they indulge in what they are indulging in. You really don't know why they're not serious with their academics, so to say. You really don't know why the guy started here. You really don't know why the lady started to be a runs girl, right? You don't know why he backslided. right? So you can only know this thing when you move closer to them and you begin a conversation with them. The third mistake that undergraduates make, which is also very common, is not making friends with colleagues who are ahead of you. For instance, you're a microbiology student and you're in 200 level. It is very important and it's going to be very useful for you to have friends in microbiology who are in 300 level and who are in 400 level, apart from the fact that they're going to give you their materials and they're going to give you their past questions and all of that. Like, you just have this vision ahead, like you know what to expect, you are not disappointed, like there's just this way it gives you an advantage, and you don't tend to make mistakes that most of your classmates, your course-mates rather, would make. You don't tend to make mistakes that your course-mates will make. You have an advantage, like you know what to do, you are really ahead, and you're not confused. There's just a way that this really helps. So if you're on the table of not having friends with those in 300 level, those in 400 level, depending on the level that you are, please ensure that you begin to have relationship with them. Let them know you know them as well, because this was one mistake I made, and to be honest, I really suffered it. Like, I'm just surprised that some of my classmates, they already know this thing, they already know some things before resume. I'm like, how do you guys tend to know this thing? Like, how did you guys know this? And they're like, you don't know this person, it was through this person, it was through that person. I learned this very late. I learned this when I was almost in 400 level, and there was really nobody to help, right? And another advantage that this will do for you, especially if you're even in 100 level or 200 level, is that these people already understand how lecturers like their questions to be answered. They already understand lecturers, so when you have them as friends, you tend to know what a lecturer expects when it comes to examination, and you just tend to know all those things, right? So it gives you an edge, like it puts you on a positive side. Okay, so you just don't make mistakes that are unnecessary. The fourth mistake that undergraduates make is having the opposite sex as friends alone. I was on this table when I was in 100 level. I was surrounded by guys. I didn't have a female friend. Unfortunately, I graduated from zoology department. All of them were in physics department. And the moment we got into 200 level, we were no longer having lectures in the same lecture hall. We were no longer offering the same courses. I wasn't seeing them anymore. So it was looking like I was starting my life all over again. And it really did not help me. Another thing is that, especially as females, if the moment you get into a relationship, there's a high tendency that you lose your friendship with these guys and you end up having no friends at all. It really doesn't make sense. Like, it really doesn't make sense. I don't know. I know they say ladies are scum, ladies are this, ladies do that, blah blah blah. But you can find good ladies, right? You can find good ladies. At the end of the day, I bless God that I met two wonderful friends and we remain friends till now. I can imagine if I never had them as friends. I wouldn't have known what would have happened. But yeah, thank God I have them as friends, right? So it is always good to have friends, like have friends, female friends as females, have male friends as males. It keeps you safe, right? No matter what it is, like females are this, females are that, there's some things you might not be able to tell the opposite sex, right? And there's just this understanding that comes when there is love. So please do not be on that table. So I don't want this video to be too long, so there is going to be a second part of this video. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you for watching this video. If you really enjoyed it, if you learned one thing or two, please make sure that you click the like button, like this video. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Until I see you in part 2. Bye.